shoulders of Jimmy Butler, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin. Kyle Lowry came to play. Bam Adebayo came to play. Gabe Vincent came to play. Haywood Highsmith played outstanding. But Jimmy Butler, Max Strus, and Caleb Martin, I don't even think combined for 20 points. That is unacceptable. And you're going to look back on this one. If the Heat end up losing this series in 6-7 games, you're going to look back and say Game 1 ended up being a very winnable game that they cost themselves because of the poor shooting from the field. I'm not even going to say from 3, 13 to 39. I'm not that mad at that. But you just can't go 39 of 96, a.k.a. 40% from the field. That's unacceptable. But one flabbergasting stat here, Chase, the fact that the Heat took 18 more shots than the Nuggets, but I think that really has to do with the fact the Nuggets outshot Miami at the free throw line by 16. It's a pretty staggering number, pretty shocking to me that the Nuggets were able to get to the line 18, 19 times, Heat only 2, 3 times. Very odd, because I know the Heat took a lot of jumpers, but they're also a team that lives in the paint a bit, so it's a little interesting to see them only shoot 2 or 3 free throws.
For sure. Let's take a look at some of the individual numbers now. Nikola Jokic at halftime had 10 and 10, and he was pretty much silent. He was great in closing this game out in the fourth quarter. He had a couple of big buckets there down the stretch, especially while defended by Bam Adebayo, who had his number throughout much of the night. We'll get to him here in just a little while. That was able to allow the Nuggets to kind of extend that lead, calm everything down, and end any hope of the Miami Heat being the comeback kids once again. Jokic, the two-time MVP, finishes with 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 12 shooting. That is his 9th triple-double in this playoff run alone. And the Denver Nuggets, speaking of 9s, 9-0 at home so far in the playoffs here. Is something going to give? Miami hasn't beaten Denver in the Mile High City since 2016.
I'll say this, Chase, when it comes to Nikola Jokic having 9 triple-doubles this postseason alone, I think I can confidently say, and I think almost everybody can, that when Jokic retires, he will lead NBA history in playoff triple-doubles. I don't think there's anyone who does it easier than him. I know that
it's so seamless.
I know that Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double for damn near 2 seasons, winning MVP, but he couldn't quite get those numbers consistently in the postseason. Jokic does, and he does it with ease. And that's the crazy part, is that a 7-foot center is more likely to have, I know that averages say no, but to me, watching the game, it's more likely that Jokic gets 10, 11 assists than he does get 10, 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane what he does and how he's able to control the game offensively from the high post, from the block, kicking into open shooters like Jamal Murray, who had 26 points himself and 10 assists. So you're getting a combined 53 points and 24 assists from your 2 best players.
Yeah.
It's just how they've operated the past couple seasons. It's why they're the best team in the West.
Yeah, and that's why, like right now, with the triple handoffs, the pick and pops, the pick and rolls, the actions that they run to complement one another, that's why I think Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, they might be the best 1-2 punch in the NBA, at least offensively right now. Black Sparrow said, it's the finals, man. He just had a triple-double on 80% from the floor. That's not so-so game. That's not what I'm saying. I said he was spectacular down the stretch. I'm saying for Nikola Jokic's standards, at halftime, when he had 10 and 10, it was wild that he had a double-double, and it's like Jokic hasn't done as much as we're accustomed to seeing in that first half. But he closed that game really strong, and that's why the dude right now, in my opinion, is the best player in basketball. Murray, one of the best bucket getters, the 26, as Rolly said, and then Michael Porter Jr. Let's give this guy his flowers, right? I saw some people saying, a couple of weeks ago, he's going to hold this Nuggets team back. He was really good against the Lakers. He was good again tonight. 5 of 15, I don't care about that. I care about when the buckets happen. He also had a couple of blocks there in that first half, which did reverse course on some of those possessions that helped the Nuggets out offensively. 14-12, that length, size, and athleticism, that's what the Miami Heat struggled to combat against. And then Aaron Gordon. One of the biggest first quarters that you can ever have. He set the tone for the rest of this game because he hunted, and Denver hunted the mismatches of him going up against a Max Strus or a Gabe Vincent down low. They consistently went after those mismatches, and Aaron Gordon had 12 points in that first quarter. He finished with 16 for the game. Bruce Brown, one of the better role players in the NBA. It's wild that he hasn't been able to stay on a team for a really long time. He has found a home here with the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and Bruce Brown, I believe, is actually a free agent this upcoming offseason. And I know there was a report that came out before this finals got underway that the Denver Nuggets are going to do everything they can to attain Bruce Brown because of how impactful he is off the bench, whether it be dishing, whether it be getting rebounds, defending, or scoring. He can do it all. And I thought he was one of the key parts for those Nets teams that had KD and Kyrie. Now he jumps over to the West and partners with Jokic, MPJ, and Jamal Murray. And the one thing that it really stands out to me here is the Nuggets are able to get the win, only scoring 104 points. And now that I've been able to sit on it a little bit, think more about this game, the Nuggets offense was so dang good in that first half, it seemed unstoppable.
Yeah.
But they really only scored 45 points in this second half. You hold the Nuggets to a 45-point half, you're doing something really right. And the fact that the Nuggets were able to win a game where they only scored 45 points and a half, kudos to them. I think it's really